Hey Capricorns. Here, the flowering with your December. Pick a card. Figured I'd do a different grouping or a format, which is gonna give you Sagittarius the opportunity to pick between one of 3 readings. Heck, and as many as you want. I mean, watch all 3 if you like. But while I'm shuffling, take a moment, hit subscribe. It wouldn't hurt, right? You can always come back and unsubscribe, no biggie. Promise I'm not gonna rape you with notifications. I promise. But I do also promise that there's gonna be a lot to look forward to at the top of the year. So we are gonna pick a card with the Psalms deck, and then we're gonna clarify with tarot. The Psalms deck, I love, love, love. It's a combination of tarot, the Kabbalah, some Kabbalistic views, and lots of stuff from the Hebrew text and Jewish texts. So, and dude is a psychologist too. Like I think he's dope. But here we go. Okay, that card wants to come out, so that's gonna be the first one for the group one. So I'll just 2 decks. Let's see what we have here. All right, let me give you guys some time to look at our cards and decide which calls to you. Here we go. Card number 1, 2, and 3. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and whoever calls to you. All right, cool. So, give me just a moment. Let me hook my life source back up. Charger. So I don't lose you. Wow. Just to begin, some of you are feeling ridiculously, the Capricorns are beginning to see beyond illusions, okay? And some deceptions. You're getting some deceptions are being revealed to you, okay? I get the feeling though, not only that, but you're seeing true value in something this month. Seeing the value in it, maybe something that you were not necessarily willing to work very hard for, and you're seeing that it could possibly be well worth it, you know. I don't know if it's a person or place or thing or job or hobby or anything, an idea, but it feels as if it's something that was previously rejected in a way, okay? But you're seeing it now. Starting with group 1. If you chose card 1, we have Psalms 146 and 4. Here's the card here. And intuitively, it feels like somebody left their mark. Something left its mark on you, okay? And you're realizing that you're realizing that it was meant to push you in a direction towards personal freedom. I get the idea that this was someone or a place or a job that was offering you certain ideas that challenged what you've always believed and what you've always followed, okay? This doesn't have to be spiritual, but I get the feeling that, you know, Sagittarius's reading was a lot about changing from the mindset of working so hard and more on attracting. And I get the feeling that if some of you have been in jobs for a long time, this is tied to understanding someone's suggestion to go into business for yourself. You're seeing the value in something like that. Maybe you're finally tired of working. Maybe you're finally tired and you're remembering this person or situation that presented this idea to you. And I think that really you're acknowledging that you were resistant to it for some time. I really get the feeling that this is some person from your past that you feel you feeling the mark now, you know. Doesn't have to be a romantic partner or anything like that, but perhaps you feel as if, you know, you wasted a lot of time now, you know, and by not moving in that direction or not taking the idea and really allowing it to inspire you, you feel as if so much time has been lost. And if this is a connection to a person, I don't even know why I'm pulling the clarifiers out. I haven't read the Psalms card, but apparently that's what it just needed to confirm that for you. So let me read the Psalms first. Yeah, somebody is feel like, yeah, man, they told me that, and I could have done this 5 years ago, and my business could have been here by now, or this relationship could have been this stable by now. Whew. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Psalms 146:4. His breath departs. He returns to the dust, and on that day, his plans come to nothing. In truth, you're completely dependent on the divine. The possibility for technological rescue from death supports denial and creates a defiant attitude about death and dying. These words, written by an end-of-life expert, characterize the way in which millions approach death. Too many of us fail to understand the relationship of soul to body, which creates a propensity to flee from mortality. The Torah, early on, explains the interconnectedness of soul and body. Genesis 2:7 tells us that the divine formed human from the dust of earth. Then the divine blew into human's nostrils the breath of life, and human became a living being. If this breath were to withdraw, even for a second, we would cease to exist in the material sense. Mindful of this truth, don't be taken in by the promises of others. They are fusions of soul and body, breath and dust, permeance and impermeance, just like you. In truth, we are completely dependent on the breath of life for our continued existence. And if the one who breathes chose to inhale, our lives would come to an abrupt end. Wow. Again, I feel as if there is a person, an angel on earth who was sent to you to inspire you to move into a more joyful, free living life. I really feel for Capricorns, this is speaking to routines, jobs, commitment to things that just, they don't, staying on a job for 12 years, it creates an idea that this is where my security lies. Okay. And anytime we become over dependent on anything outside of, God, source, spirit, ourselves, our inner selves, then it's an addiction. It becomes an addiction. And Capricorn, y'all rule the devil card. So, being so fixed on ideas and ideals is a characteristic that, you all kind of carry. But that's okay. Sorry for that, guys. I'm back. So, our over dependence on the material world, okay? This could be anything. Honestly, man is focused right now on financial security and progression. And honestly, it's a good idea to have good credit. It's a good idea to have a great relationship with money and your finances. Even the job or the opportunities that present you with such abundance. It's okay it's okay for you to want that to be in good standing, all right? So I'm not knocking credit repair or anything like that. However, if we become obsessed with the idea that a financial standing or a certain way of living or providing for ourselves is the losses that were still lingering in your spirit, in your aura, that wouldn't allow you to see the promise of what was being offered to you. I get the feeling that whatever was being offered or the idea that was given that you dismissed was totally one that can still, let's just be clear, grow into a major empire. Tell you why I'm saying that. So this person here, it's the Five of Pentacles, which is always about, I say always, which is often about lack, you know, over concern about materials, things that have been lost. And can be time, honestly. I feel like time that you've spent repressing your emotions. Yes. Time spent. I get that because these pentacles are in the water. So I get the feeling they really talk about looking at a lack of effort, just looking at ways that your mentality, that negative or lack or scarcity mentality, may have separated you from something very fruitful. Okay. And I don't want you to get discouraged because it seems as if right now your tears are acknowledgement. You know, your thoughts about this are acknowledgement to the divine that, darn, I didn't catch it, but I'm ready now. Okay. And the Sphinx and the pyramids in the background let me know that this endeavor, you're crying over the fact that you didn't pick it up years ago, or some time ago when it was offered to you, but it still has the potential to grow into something very monumental. And the divine is actually waiting for you to stop crying about it. Yeah, it could have been, you could have done it 5 years ago, but now you're alive and have plenty more life ahead of you. So let's go. All right. The Magician. Yeah, there was definitely an overdependence on the way that you do things. Okay. And this cycle that you're starting, is fueled by this new development in your mind, in your spirit. Okay. This recollection, this new understanding, this analysis that you've done now of that chapter is offering you all the tools you need. Okay. It's almost turning you into a yes man. That's what I feel. Almost turning you into a yes man where you don't want to say no. You don't want to say no. You want to see what happens if I just take the leap. And the Fool card comes right before the Magician. So it's honestly, there was a time when you would have been thinking more about making sure everything's going to fall into place. You want to save money. You want to put this aside and do this and put all this groundwork down, when actually you were being asked from the divine back then to just take that leap. Okay. So as of now, you're more willing to forego concrete planning and kind of go with the flow and with the understanding of the support from the divine that you have. And your inner power to really just make stuff happen. I say yours, with God, your God self. Okay. You're understanding that there's really not a whole lot of security in what you actually found secure. Okay. There's not a lot of fulfillment in what you found to be secure all along. The Sun card is coming out for you guys. Yay, yay, yay. Again. There is something that has ushered its way into your being that has moved you away from that bullheadedness, that stubbornness, and it's transmuted into courage to leap forward. It's almost as if you're seeing your groundedness, your unmovability as a hindrance now, and you're changing it into the drive, the courage to press forward in towards the things that you've always felt passionate about. For some of you, I get the feeling that you're asking yourself a question like, How many of the hours of the day do I commit to the things that I love? Do I commit to how much time, how you're comparing how much time you commit to that security net that you felt you were building all along, and then the passions that make you feel free and happy and creative. Some of you are asking yourself that. And honestly, I feel like some of you are trying to figure out, how do I, as you come to understand that that's not where your security lies, you're saying, okay, divine, show me. You're asking for the divine to reveal in full clarity how releasing my attachments to my old way of living is going to, it's like, just show me a road, okay? Just show me. I feel like this, oh, for some of you, there's, I don't know why I get this from this card, but for some of you, your connection to home and family, you'll be separating from. However, it's kind of like this serpent here, okay? This is the energy I get. You receive something from your family. So you could receive some type of inheritance or something from a Taurus or a Leo, or you could have received something in August that is helping to shift your mindset and help you, assist you in becoming more confident in moving toward a more playful, creative way of being. So you see this bull, this stubbornness to just, but look how he's staring off with the flower. This is fear. This is inspiration. I feel like somebody is riding now their fears and that stuck energy. You're riding it into the sunset now. Okay? Hey. What does that look like? That looks like someone who's always struggled with money, or with acquiring money or saving it or sharing it. The transmutation is taking place because now you have the ability to live a more free lifestyle, and you can share with other people how your fears of separating from the old hindered you for so long. This looks like somebody who's 40 years old, getting a little, just a little piece of change, and finally being able to experience what that freedom feels like, and then turning around and teaching other people, or allowing that new lifestyle that they have to become a major inspiration for other people to shift their mindset too. Deep. That's deep for you cats. Group 1. Let's get some clarifiers here. Yeah. Okay. Ace of Coins with the 5 of Pentacles. Yes. You're seeing that lesson. Somebody was definitely offered something after they felt like they lost something. You felt like you missed out on something, and then wow, that's something that you feel like you left out, that you missed out on, could have been a Scorpio. It could have been a Scorpio, just so we know. Because that death card flew all the way across my desk, okay? So for some of you, you may have missed many opportunities to reconnect with a Scorpio, or with something that enters your life and exits your life a lot, okay? So you may have missed an opportunity to create a solid foundation, a more balanced give and take with this person. But overall, I feel a sense of a project, okay? Some type of endeavor that could have freed you from an old mindset, and you're being given a new opportunity. Again, I said that with it seems like an inheritance or just a loan or whatever it is. It seems like what has been offered or what's been brought into you is really going to help all of this come to bloom. Your tears have been petitions lately. You know why I say that? Because you're looking down here, and I imagine these as tears. I don't know why, because it's all desert, and I don't see why one puddle would be in the desert, but whatever. So I'm feeling like this is tears off of that are being shed over a loss. But look what sprouts out of this puddle later. Well, later, but the Ace of Coins. See what sprouts out of this puddle? the divine's blessing. So you called out to divine with your prayers and your cry, your tears, and you resurrected an opportunity to revisit this ideal. That's deep. Yep. That Magician card paired with the Seven of Wands in reverse means that you're no longer resisting this freedom that's being given to you, this opportunity that's been given to you for rebirth. For a rebirth. And then the Sun and the Death card again. I really do feel like whatever was being gifted to you that has been gifted to you recently is allowing you to see this person or this situation that's been given to you again and again and again. For some of you, it's the commitment, a commitment of sorts. But either way, there is a chapter closing. There's an opportunity to change your whole situation. And I feel like you're ready this time. Good stuff. Man, 22 minutes, 22 when you guys is finished. Hey. All right. If you picked group 2, Caps, 16 and 6. Wow. Some of you are plotting on a new house, trying to sell an old home. But home is your focus right now. You're really thinking about how much of your personality, your mindset is given to you by where you come from. Is this really what I want to do? Like, a lot of us are taught to get a job and work for 20, 30, 40 years, retire. Some of us are taught that by example sometimes. Maybe it's not verbalized, but we saw grandma and mom and dad do the same thing. So we feel that that's just the way to do it. You're like, hey, I ended up fine. But in general, I do get this feeling that some of you are wanting to buy a new home or wanting to set up shop in a new reality, okay? Your idea about home, family, career is changing. And that's kind of similar to the first group of Caps. So that's that energy, I guess. Psalm 16 and 6 reads, delightful country has fallen to my lot. Lovely indeed is my estate. Be thankful for all that you have. Because so many of us are in a rush for more money, more recognition, more things, we fail to notice how much we already have. Your life, believe it or not, is actually overflowing with blessings. Can you even count them? Take a careful look at what you have, which others don't. That person, place, or thing may very well be an overlooked blessing. Your significant other, for example, who criticizes your cooking and leaves clothes on the floor, is a blessing, a tremendous blessing. Countless people who would love to share their life with someone. Say to the source of blessings, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that I have. For some of you, you're going to be thanking, or you're going to be showing gratitude for the lessons, for the values, for the stability, the protection that you've been granted thus far on your journey of life. All those things, the lessons from childhood, you're going to be showing gratitude. And a lot of times we come to the realization that this is where this has brought me. I'm showing gratitude for it. And for a lot of people, they end up now moving forward, sometimes in a totally different direction, after showing gratitude for where this has brought me. Okay. But I do also get the feeling that just like the first group of Caps, that there is a sense of looking back on something and thinking of what that could be, what it could have been. I get there's some judgments. If we're talking love, relationships, anything like that, there's some judgments that you're reassessing and you're seeing that it really you blew it out of proportion, honestly. So, and if this is not you, this is somebody's connected to you, because I feel the need to say that, because for some Capricorns, you may have been judged by certain things. And very specifically how clean you kept your house, or, you know, how well you kept yourself up, you know, how you dressed, how you look, how you speak, who you hang out with. And I need to say this, when we fail to realize when we come into relationships is that person is not going to be just like us. And there's going to be things that irritate the hell out of us about the person, okay? But there's value in that. There's value in that. And often, if we can just look at the person over whatever this irritating factor is, we'll see the value. It won't be missed. It won't be missed. So let's clarify for the second group of Capricorn, Psalm 16 and 6. Some of you could be thinking about remodeling too. That's random. But some of y'all are thinking about remodeling. Or even leaving an old home behind that may have lingering energy in it. So maybe you share this home with someone else, and you just don't want to, you want a new start. 3 cards. Queen of Cups in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. Justice in reverse. Wow. Okay. Okay. For some of you, I get a romantic play. I get a romantic thing. Some of you were unwilling to clear out stuff and welcome in a new partner, okay? Yes, you welcomed them, meaning you were ready to interact with them, you were ready to have them in your life, but there were some things you were unwilling to clear out of your life so that you could have this person. And I get the feeling that they complained about it. What does this look like? It looks like you having clothes, belongings of an ex, or even just still pictures everywhere. And you were claiming that you were over it and ready to move forward. And this person may have challenged that. And you may have pushed back. And you're beginning to see that that wasn't the right thing to do. That if I wanted this person to be a part of my life, then they deserve to be comfortable in this space that I'm asking them to share with me. Wow. Because it didn't have to be that you were still wanting the other person, but that person's energy and their belongings served as a third party in your relationship. For some of you, you said this person was imbalanced, needy, demanding, inconsiderate. However, the tables have turned and you're realizing that it was you. That they weren't asking for too much. And actually they were asking for exactly what was needed. I didn't mean for this to turn into a love reading, but I guess that's what you caps is on for group 2. You had the Queen of Cups in reverse. You have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Justice card in reverse. So first there's a Libra and a Scorpio. Yeah. Is that a Scorpio? Don't quote me, because, you know, I don't really too much focus on the signs that much. I really do, though, get the feeling that a shared space, there was conflict about a shared space. And it's your space. I get the feeling that it's your space, or this is the other person's space, and you made the complaint, and now they're coming to the realization that, dang, I may still be in love with this old person, and that's why this, and this. Or that person, they're just acknowledging that you were right. And you deserved what you were asking for, which was not to lay in somebody else's energy. This person probably left you for that reason. Wow. Let me clarify the Queen of Cups in reverse for group 2. Yeah, no commitment. This person believed that because you wouldn't clear this stuff out, or even that you wouldn't fully let them into your space. And by fully let them in, I mean make space for them in your life, in your home. That commitment was thrown out of the window. They decided not to commit to you and not to offer their love to you anymore because of that. And you're finding that it's a repeat thing. I think that you're seeing that nobody wants to build with you. Nobody wants to build this foundation with you if the third party is going to continue to linger. Okay? A person doesn't have to be in your space for their energy to be there. Let's clarify. You don't have to be cheating with them for it to be a third party situation. The fact of the matter is, spiritually, you'll still be connected to that person. You have all of their things in your home. I dealt with this. It's kind of funny that that's coming up. I guess that's why we have experiences, so that when those energies come up, you know, we feel it. We can understand it. You're having desires to build a solid foundation with someone, or just even a solid foundation in general. You want to build a family is what I feel. You want to build a family, and this energy, you need cord cutting. If you know anyone who does this type of work, spiritual cleansing, you know, clearing the aura, balancing the chakras, helping you to cut cords, then you should reach out to them. Because it's a block. It's a block in your spirit, in your aura, that's not allowing success to come in when it comes to love. You feel as if you just never it never goes right. And it's not going right because all of the wands from past lovers are still hanging around. If you are a woman, then you're maintaining friendships with people that you've been intimate with. And it keeps a door open to them. So like they just keep coming in and out whenever they please. And so you're focused on acquiring a new committed relationship. However, if you won't close all these doors, it's not going to come in. Yeah, I can hear, like, what is it going to take? Well, it's just going to take you actually moving on. You just actually have to move on. That's all it takes. And in this situation, moving on means clearing your energy, clean your home. Clear your home of these people's things. I said mementos. It said mementos. So if you're one of those people who likes to keep your ex's t-shirts and and baseball caps and panties, then you're gonna have to get rid of this stuff because you're holding their energy, and there ain't no room for nobody else to come in. Okay. And I need to say this, especially if your love interest right now is a water sign or somebody who's highly intuitive or empathic, it ain't gonna work. Because that person is going to constantly feel these other people in your home. Constantly. So, wow. Let's see. I'm been told to see what's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, yeah. But you can overcome this. Like, it's like, look, here, this is him keeping all of his mementos from past conquests. You know what I'm saying? That's how I read this. It's like, it's a spirit thing. It's not physical. You may not feel any physical attachment to these things or this person, but the energy is still attached to you. Spiritually, this is still attached to you. You need to cut some spiritual attachments, Cap. Blocking your ability to build a solid foundation for your future. And, I do also get this in my mind. If you were dating someone and bought a home while you were dating them, you had the hopes of creating a family there with them. So that's something, and then it failed, so you didn't. So now you just own this home and it's yours. Great. Good for you. But that hope still lives there. So there's a need to clear all of that out of your energy field. And if you've been considering buying a new home, you on the right track, bro or sis. Moving on to group number 3. Psalms 36 and 10. Wow. Your light is radiating. It's creating ripples inside of you and all around you. And you don't even really realize how far this ripple is going. Like, you don't know that it's turning into waves, that it's turning tides. Wow. When I see this, I see the holy fire. I'm a Reiki master, and I'm in the lineage of Usui holy fire, right? So for me, this is the illumination of thought. Like you're being, things are being brought to your awareness about your particular light that you shine, okay? And then as well as other people's, you're seeing how your light is interacting with others' light, how your guys' ripples are now merging and creating even larger ripples. I get this whole feeling of like moving into a community of like-minded people who can feed you light and you can feed them light. That's what I'm feeling here. Either way, it's a culmination, a culmination. You're coming to a full understanding, a full thought, your perception is full now. Like, it's not like you don't have just one eye. You have a full view of this thing, of this situation. Hope that makes sense. Psalms 36 and 10. With you is the fountain of life. By your light do we see light. By your light do we see light. You're illuminating paths. Whew. Meditate. Meditation, if practiced faithfully, will expand your consciousness. Start by setting aside 10 minutes each day, preferably in the morning. It is important that you approach your sit with gratitude, humility, and love. As spiritual seekers, we must have gratitude so we appreciate the fullness of the moment. Humility, so we see ourselves as imperfect instruments of the divine. And love, so we treat others as extensions of ourselves, as reflections of the divine. If you are faithful to this practice, the light of lights will feed you light, the ultimate nourishment. Light makes us grow. As your ability to see light within everyone and everything increases, your respect for life will increase. Respect. Wow. So yeah, there's this sense of truly connecting with your own inner light, and it's calling you, charging you to commit to a deeper meditation practice for this group. Perhaps that's the message for you. Commit to taking time to process what you're seeing, what's being illuminated. It says 10 minutes. That's easy, right? I literally wake up in the morning and just lay in my bed for those 10 minutes, right after I wake, because I feel, they say that when you first awake, you're still very connected to the divine before you start to interact and think too much. That first few moments is a great time to connect. So perhaps you're just being charged to meditate more, to focus on your developments, the developments of your new thought. Focus on things that are I say focus on, but you're being asked to quiet yourself so that the answers that you seek, you can hear them. All I heard was like this loud scream. So it's almost like it's not that the answers aren't there. It's just that you're not making time to hear them. I often say that prayer is the petition and meditation is prayer is the petition or intention. And meditation is the time that you're making to receive the answers to your query. Remember, meditation can be anything. If you're not a sit still, quiet type of person, put on music that allows you to calm and just be free with yourself. so that, you know, there's no extra thoughts or trying to make sense of things. You're just there with whatever the divine has to give you at that time. Oh, for some, this message is about acknowledging the good out of a situation, okay? The Knight of Swords in reverse. You're being asked to consult your spirit team, you know, consult your inner guidance, your inner guides, before making rash decisions, a move, or committing to thought processes that are just based on what you see. Okay? So your observation, your physical observations are not enough for you to be moving at this point in time. All right? You're needing to make more time to integrate, I say integrate, but to receive the guidance. You need to make more time for, slow down. Slow down. I just heard some of you need to be saying prayers before you eat. I just looked out of the window and realized that there's snow flurries, and they're so tiny, falling to the ground. And this is what we're missing. The subtle beauty. Those small things. This is what we're missing when we're rushing. We're not seeing the miracles that are happening in and around us because we're moving too fast. This group of Capricorns, if you have recently had a disappointment, heartbreak, just something that just didn't work out well for you, relax. Take some time for yourself. Slow down. There's no need to rush to get over it. There's no need to rush into another situation. It's like, stop, smell the roses, even if they're shit flavored or scented. Okay, take some time. Process what you just experienced. I promise if you slow it down, you'll see beauty in it. Even if all the beauty is just what you learned, just how you've grown. That's the Knight of Swords in reverse. You don't have to grapple. You don't have to grapple with those feelings and thoughts. Just slow down. Give your mind some time to relax. Anything that comes across your mind, take the time to feel that and decide for yourself. Is this something that I want to keep feeling? Or is it something I'm ready to push forward out of? The High Priestess came out too. There's deep wisdom and guidance that you are supposed to derive from these situations that you're finding yourself in. And you're moving too fast from one to another to get it. 44 on the clock. So for some of you, this is about where your stability lies, or in relationships even. You're just moving way too fast to acquire the knowledge. Man, because it's like these situations are just oozing with insight, inspiration, enlightenment, life lessons even. Yep. And the Hermit in reverse is like literally, you know, the Hermit upright is about introspection and guruhood, and, you know, like really just accepting wisdom from the experiences. You know, he's not seeking knowledge or understanding because he's just ready, looking for the next thing, right? You're just looking for the next thing. So any inspiration, any knowledge, any wisdom that you're meant to gain is being overlooked in the effort to just get over it. I have a poem that talks about that. If you're interested in following me on Instagram, We are the flowering underscore, and I share a lot of poetry that is very much derived from my own personal journey and the feelings that I have. I honestly feel that they have some type of prophetic nature, but ain't nobody ever said that to me. It's just something that inspires me. You know, the words come up when I'm doing readings and when I'm speaking to people. So the words to those poems will just pop into my brain. And there is a poem there about being in the rush to get over things without truly feeling it and integrating the lessons and wisdom that that situation has offered you. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse. Queen of Staffs. You know, there's just, when we focus, no, when we're not stopping to analyze, we easily fall into the trap of taking the next thing that only feels the void of the last situation. What does that look like? Well, my last relationship, the person wasn't good with money. So now moving forward, because I'm not integrating any of these lessons, because my lesson in that situation may have been teach it. Maybe you need to exercise some patience. In what ways have you been over concerned with money? So that there could have been something there. And instead of taking the time to see what that was and taking it, you move forward and you move to someone who thinks of money the same way as you. However, you guys have nothing else going. And this is a common cycle that we'll find ourselves in when we don't stop to see what was meant to be derived from a situation. It's almost like you're seduced by something that fills one part of your life when maybe all the other parts of your life were being fulfilled. And then you're seduced into something that only band-aids that one place that you're hurting, or that one place that you were disappointed. You want someone who's more confident. And you get with somebody who's more confident, but they sleep with all your homeboys. Or that last girl, she kind of was hurt a couple times, so she needed some boost, and you said she was insecure and moved on to the next one. Well, now you're getting cheated on, and she was very loyal to you. She just needed a little more patience, some tender love and care, maybe. We're not responsible for other people's mindsets and nonsense, but we do have to stop and see what it is that what we're experiencing and why we're experiencing it, okay? You meet somebody who has low self-esteem. Maybe you have an overinflated sense of self. Perhaps. Maybe you're too nitpicky. Maybe you desire a certain image in relationships that may not be necessarily healthy. Please clarify the High Priestess. Please clarify the High Priestess. I always reiterate that every situation that we come to, both of these cards were about moving and moving forward. Okay, so we had at the bottom down here trying to pop out was the Knight of Staffs, and we have the Chariot. For me, the Knight of Wands can move forward in such a vigorous way sometimes that they overshoot the destination or the goal, meaning that they go beyond it but don't reach the goal. I hope that makes sense. It's like an air ball. Yeah, you got it. You made you threw it far, but you overshot the goal. And the goal was for you to come into balance with yourself with this lesson that this individual or this situation was bringing. Group 3. Slow down. Your higher self really, 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 really wants to take the reins from you. but they're leaving you to your own will. They want you to be in a place where you seek that enlightened forward progression. They want you to seek forward progression in a more enlightened state. There's lots of, so you got Scorpio energy, Cancer energy, some Virgo with that High Priestess card as well. So it's really, or the Hermit too. So it's really all about taking that focus off of only what you think you need or what you desire. Nine of Pentacles came out in reverse. So we said overinflated sense of self, and I feel like that might be indicating that as well. So with this group, acknowledge, surrender to the wisdom of the people who are being presented to you in your life, the people, the situations, the experiences, because you can only go so far. The universe, the divine, uses people, experiences, disappointments, challenges to grow us and press us forward in the direction of our highest good, and that of humanity. But when we're wrapped up in sense of self, our growth tends to be a lot slower. We tend to resist it a lot more. Okay, yeah. Because then we fall into that woe is me, I didn't get what I wanted. Okay. That card wasn't supposed to come out, but I guess it was, yeah. So, that's your message, group 3. The divine is asking you to hand over the reins for a little bit. Slow yourself so that you can begin to see how wrapped up in self you've truly been, and how that separated you from progression. Okay, Caps. That's what y'all doing. All right, so let's look. Let's have 3 cards for the month of December. Ace of Cups in reverse. Page of Staffs in reverse. Whew. Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. We flew all the way over there. Strength. Okay, so Strength wanted to come out too. I'm glad it ended that way because I'm like, wow. All right, so yeah, your lack of insight, your lack of wisdom was really stagnating you, keeping you stagnant. You couldn't move forward with anything that was being offered to you because this month, the focus is going to be on coming out of a stalemate, coming out of this blockage that was really just here because of lack of insight. You were not letting the light, the illumination happen in your being. But I get throughout this month, something is waking up. There's some fire that's going to start burning. With the Strength card here, that's Leo energy. So there's something that's really going to, whether this is someone else is just going to burst you open with their own light, they're just going to be like, hey, shine. And then you're not going to be able to stay. You're not going to even find the shade. You're not going to be able to hide from what's being shown to you about you. Yeah, it's going to come in so hard that you're just not going to be able to, stay stagnant. I mean, with the Hangman in reverse, it's almost like rather than submitting to the elimination. You're just running almost as if you'd rather for some of you, your world is going to really be turned upside down this month, because the divine has been trying to show you. They've been trying to show you. So they're going to be coming in with some real deal, up in your face. You can't ignore me energy. And I get the feeling that this is going to open your crown chakra. It's going to really open you up to some deep, deep insights. No more avoiding the light. No more avoiding the light that's being offered. Page of Cups. All right, that's your caption. No more avoiding the light. All right, Caps, have a good month.